My wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, I welcome you to Scholante TV, where we bring to you news that concerns Biafra and lovers of freedom all over the world. But before I dive into it, let me quickly welcome back to my channel those of you that have been following my videos. But if you are new, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Please like the video if you like the video, and press the bell icon so that anytime I upload a video you will be notified. Share it as well so that it will be able to spread far and wide. Okay, all right, so in this video today I'll be talking about the people that are in the zoo called Nigeria that always say that Nigeria is indivisible, Nigeria is non-negotiable, which we are trying to let them know that there is nothing that is non-negotiable in this world. Nigeria was not meant for anybody. Okay, Nigeria is a company and you can't call Nigeria a nation. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our supreme leader, has been saying this thing over the years, but nobody listened to him, or should I say the Fulefus never listened to him. People like us started following him because we saw truth in what he was saying. And today, everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke about is really happening in our presence. But the good of the story now is that Goodlock Jonathan and the likes of him in Zugeria are now speaking up, talking about that Nigeria is not a nation, that Nigeria should be disintegrated, that Nigeria should be, everybody should answer his own name. So we will be listening to this video and hear it by ourselves.
Thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria, and I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders, and I feel that probably this would help us to have the conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought four, not to bore you. First, and I quote, not my statement: Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, "It is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit." This is accredited to Sir Amadu Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. The third, and I quote, "Since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country, but the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only a British intention for the country." This is
now being pushed to the fringes, talking about and believing and espousing the belief that Nigeria truly should be one.
We need to begin by resolving a conceptual crisis. What do I mean by a conceptual crisis? Quite often when we speak about Nigeria, we collapse the distinction between country, state, and nation. We tend to think that the three mean the same. We tend to think the three are synonyms. A country is a territory. From the Latin contra terra, the land that lies ahead of you. A country is a territory. It is not necessarily a nation. A nation is an association of peoples, and I use that word in the plural deliberately because of diversity. A nation is an association of peoples who identify their shared core values. And on the basis of their shared core values, they give themselves a constitution which will now establish institutions that make up the state. What we have in Nigeria and in most African countries is a confusion where we think the nation is the state. The nation is reduced to the state. We have a country quite all right by the fact that we live within a territory, even if that territory is not secure, as we all know. But we don't have a nation. We have institutions that make up the state. We collapse the nation into the state. If you look at our constitution, section 2 of the current constitution, and you don't find this in the 1963 constitution, it ascribes sovereignty not to the people but to the state. That is dangerous. That means the state has the last say on any question. That means the state is more powerful than the citizen. That is a recipe for impunity. Because as we all know, the state is the head of state, or the governor, or whoever represents them. Whatever they say, we all have to comply, whether they're right or wrong. So we don't have a democracy in the true sense of the word.
Oh my God.
And until we have that, until we build a nation, we can't even talk of unfinished greatness. And I have to make a critique of the title of Governor Fayeme's book. It presupposes that there is a project that is unfinished. I am saying we have not even started the project.
Oh my God.
And we need to stop deluding ourselves. What are our shared core values? What are the things that bring us together, apart from the super egos? You know, when I had this experience, 2013, I was visiting a place called Do in Plateau State. The Plateau State governor is here. I got to Do the Friday before the Nations Cup final between Nigeria and Burkina Faso. And there was tension everywhere. But on Sunday night, when Nigeria won the game, the final match, the tension dissipated. And most people forget the fact that a young man from southeastern Nigeria received the ball from a young man from Pankshin who had to leave Nigeria because his parents were killed. Victor Moses passed the ball to Sondemba. Sondemba scored the goal. And we didn't even ask about the local government of origin of the scorer of the goal. So what are our shared core values? If you ask the Americans, they talk of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We don't have one. And it is when we begin to identify our shared core values that we begin to build a nation. What we have right now is a state held together at gunpoint. And when the state begins to oppress the citizen, there'll be cries of marginalization, there'll be secessionist and separatist agitation, there'll be insecurity. Now we have set up Nigeria to be a place where the state is more powerful than the citizen, and the state is oppressive. We need to retrace our steps. Quite often, Nigerians ask, which is the way forward? And I say, if you are moving in the wrong direction, you shouldn't be going forward. You should make a U-turn.
Yes, we the Biafran people, we agree on this. We should make a U-turn, and our U-turn is going back to who we are, who we were, and we are still those people, the Biafran people. We have existed as a nation, the Biafran nation. So we want to go back to it. So quickly if you are actually listening and you want to make a U-turn, you have to state the day, place the day that we will have our referendum, so that the ones that want to go will identify themselves. The one that will say that they don't want to go, that they want to be with Nigeria, they can continue with Nigeria, so that we will settle all these brouhaha. We settle it once and for all. Everybody will decide on his own fate. The Biafran people, we've said that we are no more going back. We have crossed the Rubicon. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it, and we stand on it, right? Thank God for PM Mazi Simon Ekpa that took the mantle of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and has been piloting this affair, and we are waiting for him to come and join us in a jiffy. So that is all I can say. That I love this statement coming from ex-president Goodlock Jonathan and the other man that I don't know who he is, but he really made a very good statement, and his speech was so awesome. I believe that you guys, you enjoy this, and we are always optimistic, focused, resolute, and mentally tough, so that we will be able to walk and cross all these hurdles, and final destination will be Biafra. So my people, if you have not subscribed to this channel, do well to subscribe and give me a thumbs up until I come your way next. Have a wonderful day.